Hello, one and all. It's Crimson Ash, and this is Weekly Waifu episode 16, hot off the heels of Robowaifu Championship Wrestling. Aim for the top. Sorry, took a big sip there. We've got quite the show for you here tonight, as we always try to have. We've got a title match later on tonight, a close-up title match, and a non-title showcase of Netgear versus Karen Kujo, close-up champion, versus Robowaifu Championship Wrestling World Champion. You're not going to want to miss those ones. But starting us off here tonight, we got Renge Miyauchi versus Serval. So coming to the ring first, Renshon herself, Renge Miyauchi. We saw her at Aim for the Top in an unsuccessful effort tag team with 2B against the tag team Maya Mitsurugi and Tsukimika Kagame. Meanwhile, Serval we have not seen since episode 9 of Weekly Waifu, in which she did, we actually saw this match. Renge Miyauchi versus Serval. I believe Serval came up on the losing end of that one. Be interesting to see, if Serval may have been kind of in the lab a bit, kind of hitting the gym, hitting the wrestling workshops, and maybe improving her game a bit. Renge still looking for that decisive victory, that key victory that will, move her up the card and start really having her make an impact here at Robowaifu Championship Wrestling. What a headbutt to the top of the head of Renge Miyauchi. Now, she has shown that, she's had some trouble with her tag team with 2B. Still seem to be friends, both of them, backstage, so I'm still kind of chatting, wishing each other luck tonight. We will be seeing 2B later on as she defends her close-up championship. But right now, Serval is in control with a Fujiwara armbar onto Renge Miyauchi. Now back and forth we go right now. Up and nice elbow drop there from Renge Miyauchi. And a rope break, not able to capitalize off of that pin. Serval still yet to get a win of her own here at Robowaifu Championship Wrestling. Has had a number of losing efforts, a record of 0-4-1 so far here at Robowaifu Championship Wrestling. Not looking too great for her, but I mean that's why we haven't seen her for a while. Now Commissioner brings in the people who interest him, who perform the best, and he feels that maybe Serval hasn't had the greatest performance, but she is getting another great opportunity here against Renge Miyauchi in our opener here at episode 16 of Weekly Waifu, and she's got a pin on Renge, almost getting the win. And an elbow drop connecting flush right there. And what's she going for here? Oh, it's a bit of a variation on the figure 4 leg lock that she had applied on Serval right there. Gonna do a lot of damage to the legs with a move like that. Lamani Straw, but unfortunately not going to get the pinfall, and out to the outside goes Serval. Kiwi-chan is going to begin counting. Great elbow to the back there. 2, not quite enough to put down Renge Miyauchi, however. Nice, got her legs absolutely tied up, crossed up, a lot of damage, and a spinning Uranagi right there. Renge is looking like she is in firm control in this one. Big win coming her way if she can keep this momentum up with a strong lariat like that one. And up she goes with a spinning stunner. 1, 2, almost pinning Serval right there in what would have been a very quick matchup. And the claw has been applied. Serval likes to use that claw. I mean, it's been reasonably successful for Noriko Takaya, who was unfortunately unsuccessful. Almost a win for Serval, unsuccessful against Karen Kujo to take the world title at Aim for the top. This could be it, and it is. Another fantastic victory for Renge Miyuchi against Serval. And unfortunately, another devastating loss for Serval. Still going to take some time to really start kicking into gear for her. So moving into our next contest, we have the former tag team champions, Karen Araragi and Tsukiji Araragi, facing off against the returning Kyoko Toshino and Yui Funami of the amusement club. Haven't seen those group of younglings for a while. I'm not sure why I call them that. Let's get into the next match before I embarrass myself further. So here we go, Yui Funami and Kyoko Toshino. We have not seen these two for quite some time. I believe the last time we saw them was Sparkling Daydream, where they lost to the Phantom Thieves in a great contest. I may be wrong. And here we have the former tag team champions, the Fire Sisters, who unfortunately lost their tag team titles against the team of Shinobu Yoshino and Igus at Aim for the Top. And Karen is straight into it. She is not messing around. I reckon Karen probably is taking it very hard, very on board. She had a lot on her plate at Aim for the Top, and maybe she thinks she's the reason both her and Tsukiji lost the tag team championship. And, obviously they're going to want to get a big win, start moving in the right direction. But for Yui and Kyoko, this is a great way to kind of return back to the company, and you get a win over the former tag team champions. That's a big deal around here. That can shoot you right up towards the top. We will need to determine some challenges for Igus and Shinobu still to come. And speaking of those two, I have not seen them today. I don't believe they are on the card today. Guess they're getting some time off this week. And yeah, I haven't seen them in the building, so it'll be interesting to see Karen Kujo kind of have a match later tonight without her. And Kyoko bring out a chair, but I don't think that's going to fool anyone. We saw her, very obviously pull out that chair. Into the red turnbuckle goes Kyoko Toshino. And into that blue turnbuckle, in comes Karen Araragi once again. Hopefully, she's kind of healed up quite a bit from her 2 matches at Aim for the Top. If you haven't seen Aim for the Top yet, I suggest you go watch that show. Absolutely fantastic show we had. And I mean, I'm not really sure why you're just coming in, starting with this one. You can easily go back to the beginning on the Crimson Ash YouTube channel. We had a pinfall right there, only a 1 count, however. You can go back to the very beginning and watch them all in order, 1 through now episode 16, including our 3 premiere events: Sparkling Daydream, Fighting Spirit, and Aim for the Top. We are currently on the road to start reshuffling towards our next big event. Still to be decided, the name, the theming, and everything like that. I mean, we've got no matches decided for it just yet, but this is a great way to start having a look towards how our tag division is shaping up. Back and forth right there. Nice double powerbomb there from the amusement club. Yui and Kyoko. Be interesting to see if we see Chinatsu or Akari in the coming weeks here. Now that we've got Kyoko and Yui kind of returning. I guess, I would like to hope that maybe they've been, a bit like Serval, kind of training, honing their skills, although it didn't seem like with that last match that Serval has been quite honing her skills, so to speak. But that's just, that's just how it appears. I mean, maybe Renge is just the superior athlete. I can't really say for sure, but she was able to get that win. But here we go, Kyoko trying to get a win for her tag team. Karen easily kicking out of this one. Be quite devastating for Karen and Tsukiji to lose another tag team match after their, loss to the Blonde Alliance. Both have been very successful, Karen and Skihi Araragi. Karen with a record of 8-5-1, and Skihi with a record of 7-4-1. You know, definitely more of a winning effort for both of these competitors, but you know, the moment you get one bad... Oh, I thought Skihi was going to go for a dive there. The one time you get one bad loss and all of a sudden that momentum's gone. Oh, Skihi's been busted open. That's not looking good. What's she going for out here? Nothing. Skihi kind of fights it off. I reckon Skihi needs to get out, but yeah, though a loss can snowball. It can really throw you off your game. You can start to kind of lose it. And there's a lot of blood on that mat from that headbutt. Skihi is kind of, yeah, bleeding like a stuffed pig right now. Yep, she needs to get out, and Coco just stomping on the head a bit further. Get some more blood pumping out of the head. This could be very disastrous for the Fire Sisters if Skihi's, you know, hurt here. Nice arm submission there to the former tag team champion, Skihi Araragi. I mean, you know, in all fairness to them, they held those titles for 70 days with 2 successful defenses. Definitely so far our most dominating tag team champions, but that's out of 3. So, is that much to say? I don't know, but I like to think that it is. There's a lot of blood getting on this mat right now. This is giving me vibes of Kenshiro versus Amuro Ray. And tied up in the Tree of Woe. Nice lariat to the knees there. Coco bringing Karen towards the middle of the ring. Great for Skihi to be out of that ring. She does not need to be in there. Electric chair drop, and gonna start with that submission. Yui in there to break it up. Yui going for a submission of her own. Nice German suplex, but yeah, Skihi's still going. She's still busted wide open. There's the stunner. That could be it, the tomato stunner. But that is not enough to put Karen Araragi away. She's, you know, she's got a chip on her shoulder now. She's got to prove herself that she still belongs in this tag division. Because she, I mean, you know, when you look at what happened, she lost a tag match. She lost a singles match. You could argue she lost in both divisions, and that was almost it. Even though there was almost a little bit of miscommunication there between the amusement club. An elbow drop from Karen Araragi. Now, I don't know if... I mean, hopefully Skihi's kind of stopped bleeding out profusely. Maybe it's an okay idea, but I don't think she is. I can see a little bit of blood splattered on the ground. Karen wasn't able to hold her off. She was a bit tired there, trying to catch her breath. Back and forth. Skihi is fired up, despite the blood. I mean, maybe it's helping her get it pumping a bit more, but there's a lot of blood on this mat right now. In comes Coco. And in comes Karen. Again, probably the better idea with Skihi in the shape that she is. I don't know if it's a good idea for her to really be in the ring for that long. Oh my god. That was quite the pile driver-like maneuver. Deadlift German into the bridge, but not quite. It's not really a deadlift German, a regular German. But I do see a lot of deadlift Germans here at Robowaifu Championship Wrestling. Yui coming in. And up and down. A lot of Skihi's blood is on this mat, and probably we're about to get a little bit more now. It seems a gash is just like under her neck. Like kind of under her kimono there. And oh, a sleeper applied. That could very well be it. But Kyoko manages to get in the nick of time to break that one up. Up and down with that double powerbomb. Kick to the top of the head. German suplex with the bridge, but it's not enough. Skihi, I'm surprised she's still going with that wound on her, because that thing is gushing. Had her pinned in the red turnbuckle there. Okay, in comes Karen. But Karen's gonna eat that pile driver light maneuver. And nice rolling senton. Kind of misfiring there with that one. And a kitchen sink. Now she's hit her with everything and the kitchen sink. DDT. That could be Kyoko's opportunity to get a tag in. No, she's... Oh, no. She's still holding on, and maybe that was a bad idea on her part. Nice axe bomber right there. But Kyoko, with that face buster, in comes Yui. Going for that tag at this point. Karen up top, but just gonna hit that elbow and completely miss. And, oh, into that armbar. You do not, if you're Karen Arag, you do not want to tap out right there, not after you just lost the championship. And, oh my god. Last ride powerbomb. Into the Fujiwara armbar. It's a bit of a variation on it, I believe. Not quite exact, but definitely in that ballpark. In comes Skihi. Surely that wound is kind of sealed up a bit by now. It's not gushing quite as much as it once was. And Yoshitonic. Oh, I think that the wound's still kind of going. I see more blood kind of splatting, but that could just be, you know, wet blood that's still on her body. But no, that looks like it's still drooping out of that wound. You know, this could get dangerous. I mean, Kiwi-chan should have a bit of a control in this situation, a bit of an eye out, because, you know, you lose too much blood, I mean, I'm no doctor, but you lose too much blood and you die. That's what I'm saying right now. Oh, nice flash pinfall. That's what Skihi kind of wants at this point. But unable to get it. Tomato stunner. Into the ropes, and Kyoko's gone for a bit of a run. Skihi getting out of there. There is a lot of blood in this ring. And there's only going to be more with moves like that. That's just going to get the wound reopened. Takedown there. The STO from Karen, and just going to throw Yui over, send her into the red turnbuckle, or a bit closer to it. Up and down. The strength. But it doesn't matter when Kyoko's there to break that one up. You know, Skihi, she needs to stay on the outside and not get hit by things like the last ride powerbomb. The variant kind of used by Kota Ibushi, the Golden Star. Yui possibly a big fan of Kota Ibushi, and not quite getting that Yoshitonic, getting interrupted during it. This match has been quite intense so far, 15 minutes into this one. And that is it for the Fire Sisters. A big victory for them. Coming back, and unfortunately not the comeback that Kyoko and Yui, you know, were wanting. A great match from these competitors, and we'll be moving into our next one. Singles match between Guts and Domon Kashu. So in comes Guts. We saw him have a great performance at Aim for the Top in that multi-man men's title match. And also another competitor who had a great outing in that men's title match is Domon Kashu. 4th and 3rd. Guts was 4th in that match, and Domon Kashu 3rd. But unfortunately for both of them, Char Aznavour was able to retain his title, and these two look like they're just going to go straight at it to prove themselves here. I mean, that the men's division was blown wide open, and especially now with Kenshiro being out of the picture. If you want to know more about that, stay tuned or go back and watch Aim for the Top. But yeah, with Kenshiro out of the picture, that really opens up a big spot in the division. Former 2-time men's champion was Kenshiro. But at the same time, now the Armor Ray has kind of vanquished Kenshiro, has that off, out of his way. He can now refocus on taking that men's championship back. Really strong strikes there from Guts, and not gonna get him again. These two are just kind of going for a fight right now. Very MMA inspired. Ooh. Just a straight jab to the face, and there is that knee breaker that we've seen Domon use a lot. A lot of strikes from these two competitors. Very strike-heavy match this has been so far, and even more very quick as well strikes from Guts there. Back and forth. I can't believe this has only been 2 minutes. These two have just been beating the hell out of each other for these 2 minutes. Diving headbutt, well, not quite diving, falling headbutt. Very strong forearms there, and a chop. This is just two bulky men just slapping, just hitting each other full force. This is this isn't a wrestling match. This is a fight at this point. I don't think Guts is going to give up at this point. He wants to prove a point, and he wants to fight Domon right here. Scoop and a slam, a bit more of a traditional wrestling maneuver. Don't know how many more of those we'll see. Well, there's another one as soon as I say that. Great strike there from Domon. And a series of strikes. Domon is fired up. Wants to maybe have a crack one-on-one against Char Aznable for that men's championship. Another really powerful strike right there. Series of chops from Guts. Nice 1-2 from Domon there. And down with PK. That could very well be it. He could have knocked his lights out, but he's not going to go for the pin just yet, it seems. Guts back onto his feet, and just more strikes being thrown out, and he gets him in the mount, but now I'm not sure if that's in the ropes or maybe it's illegal because of the strikes to the top of the head like that. But regardless, he had the count till the count of 5 to break that one up. Chop to the chest of Guts right there. If you aren't aware of the backstory of these two men, Domon Kashu from the anime G Gundam, quite the acclaimed fighter, and Guts from Berserk, also, quite the fighter, but very much in a different kind of way from Domon Kashu. Two fighters from two very different backgrounds, but still they strike the hell out of each other. This has been quite the physical match. Nice belly-to-belly suplex from Guts. Guts just seems to have just a little bit more wrestling in his repertoire. There is that straight strike, and that could have been it, but it just wasn't. Series of strikes from Domon, taking Guts down to the mat. That could be it, but it's not. See, this match will almost certainly end in a knockout. Someone is going to knock the other out. There's the pin. That could be it. Very close. Almost a big win for Guts. He's got him on the back mount. Punches to the back of the head. Domon manages to power out though. Back and forth we go. And rolling forearm. Domon is in control. And he's fired up. And there's a huge strike. Combination right there. Chop to the chest. These two boys are going to be sore in the morning. I mean, I'm surprised they're not, I don't know how you do this kind of stuff. I don't know how you put your body through this and not be sore right now. I mean, Guts is trying to draw his breath, but when that adrenaline is pumping, you're not feeling it. There's the pin, and Domon so close to putting Guts away, but not quite. What do you need to do to put the other man away here? They're just throwing everything out there. There's the mount, but getting into the back mount, and a German suplex from that mounted position. A lot of strength required to hit something like that, and into that mount. Powerbomb, and that could very well be it, and it is. Guts with a very dominating performance. I mean, I don't know if I can call it dominating, but the strength and the fighting spirit and the power shown there by Guts, but also by Domon. Great performance from these two men. I mean, according to Dave Meltzer, not a great performance from these two men, but I absolutely enjoyed that one. Moving into our next contest, we have a singles match, Maki Aikawa versus Madoka Kaname. So here comes Maki Aikawa. We saw her in a winning effort with her partner Nico Yazawa against Maki Nishikino and Nico Robin at Aim for the Top. And here comes Madoka Kaname. And here we go. Interesting singles match here. We don't see Maki Aikawa in many singles matches, but also we don't see Madoka Kaname in many as well. Maybe Maki trying to finally distance herself from that Muse versus New Muse kind of drama. No Nico Yazawa in her corner here today. So interesting to see how Maki Aikawa fares here, but it's also interesting to see how Madoka Kaname fares here. Not seen much of her as a singles performer. You know, based on Maki Aikawa's background, you could say that that Maki Aikawa probably could have a lot of success as a singles competitor. But that, you know, is to be seen, of course. Pretty even, I'd say, so far in this one. I mean, we're just getting started. Great armbar, kind of twisting the arm, gonna kind of render the arm useless while you've got it twisted like that. Try to go for a spinning kick, but Madoka blocked it. Great wherewithal. And to the outside, but Maki Aikawa was straight back in, wanting to fight. I mean, we just saw a fight between the men of Guts and Domon Kashu, and maybe these two might just show us that the women can fight just as hard. Maki Aikawa has gone up top, and there is the double stomp. Great head scissors from Maki Aikawa. Yeah, she can strike, yeah, she can punch, yeah, she can kick, yeah, she can brawl, but she can also do some flashier kind of stuff, and I think that's what makes it extra deadly. Madoka, no, I don't know what to say about, you know, her offense. I haven't seen too much of it. She's usually, you know, in a tag team with Homura. Oh, wow, what a Liger Bomb, but not even enough for a 2 just yet on Madoka Kaname. Enziguri to the back of the head. There's the flip and not the win. Ooh, I think going for some sort of kick there, but coming out short. And there's that combination once again. The Enziguri into the standing shooting star. Great vertical suplex there from Madoka, but not enough to really throw Maki Aikawa off her game. Head scissors there. Elbow to the back. I'm going to drag Maki Aikawa a bit more centered into the ring. Kick to the side of Madoka's head there. She could be knocked out. But no, she managed to kick out just the last second. I mean, she could have been knocked out and just got back with it just at the last second there. Into the ropes. And going to throw her over. Elbow, but I don't think she got that. Maki Aikawa stood up and gonna stomp on the back. Go for another stomp to the back. Elbow to the face, though, of Maki Aikawa. Combination of strikes. We've seen a lot of strikes already tonight. And obviously there's only more to come. Up, and there is that double stomp. Another double stomp to the back of Madoka Kaname. Into the ropes, but Maki, being the bigger and stronger girl, able to kind of get the better of that collision. Madoka, though, throwing Maki Aikawa to the outside and going for a dive, a suicide dive to the outside. Madoka is suddenly in control and fired up on the outside on those thin mats, and a figure 4 leg lock. Take out the legs, you can't climb back into the ring. Super kick. And Madoka getting back into the ring. 15 count. We are back in the ring. No count out here. A series of strikes there from Madoka Kaname. Nice lariat there. Back and forth we go. And a headbutt, but the drop kick from Madoka taking Maki Aikawa off her feet onto the mat. And Madoka is now in control, but not for long. Double stomp to the back. How many can someone like Madoka take? She's not a big girl. You know, eventually those stomps will break her in half. I'm surprised the first one didn't. Floating over, but missing that drop kick right there. There's those combination of strikes, but Maki Aikawa seems to have been taken to a limit. Spinning kick to the face, but I don't know how Madoka's back on her feet so quickly after a kick like that. Head scissors takedown. Off of the ropes with the elbow drop. And again, third time's the charm. But Madoka's back on her feet. Enziguri to the top of their head, and the shooting star, standing shooting star. That is not it for Maki Aikawa. Madoka, a bit of fight left in her, and there it is again. Maki Aikawa can smell victory, but it's not quite ready yet. Not ready to come out of the oven. She can smell it, but she's got to keep fighting and keep waiting. Double stomp to the stomach. Another one. Dragging Madoka back. And great combination of strikes there. Head scissors takedown. Knees across the face. Maki Aikawa has definitely been in control of this one. She got her enziguri, but she's not on her feet, so she couldn't follow up with that shooting star, standing shooting star, but another double stomp. Just got to absolutely destroy the stomach. Belly to belly. Elbow. Hitting with absolute precision. Collision with Maki Aikawa getting the better of it due to her size and frame advantage. There it is. There it is. 1, 2. No, not quite. Madoka just kicking out the last second. What a match these two are having. Everyone is looking to impress here. Almost getting the win, but not quite. And into the ropes. Kitchen sink. Up and elbow to the back. Madoka is fired up. I think another elbow to the back of Maki Aikawa. And a huge splash. But, oh, just going to kick out the leg. Kick out her leg from her leg. Stomps across the back. And up and no, floats it over. However, Madoka with some precise elbow strikes. Double axe handle there to the back. Oh, trying to go for that spinning kick to the face. However, completely missing it. What are we doing out here on the apron? I don't like that. Okay. Maki taking it back onto the inside. There is that high angle flipping drop kick, but Madoka is already back on her feet. I don't know how both of these two still have the after this hard fought contest. Up and elbow. No, the elbow misses. Stomp to the back right there. Into the blue turnbuckle. Up and no, not quite. Oh my god, that could be it. No, how does Madoka keep kicking out? I don't get it. Running power slam, so much power from Madoka Kaname, and that could be not it. It could have been it, but it wasn't it. These two are just throwing everything out there, throwing caution to the wind. She's got her bridged on that back suplex, but Maki Aikawa kicks out. You can see the exhaustion from these two, but they're still fighting. What a kick. What's she going for here? Oh no, she just kind of bonked into that turnbuckle there. Not really sure she was aware of where she was in the ring. DDT to the top of the head. Elbow drop, but Maki's already on her feet. What's this? Powerbomb into the pin. 1, 2, 3. Madoka Kaname getting the win. What a contest that was. These two going all at it, but Madoka Kaname getting the victory. And into our next contest, we'll have Amuro Ray versus Spike Spiegel. Here he comes. Hot off of his deathmatch victory, but I mean, the way he was brutalized in that match, surely, is he ready for a singles match against the debut of Spike Spiegel? Not really sure what to expect out of this man, but it'll be interesting to see. Amuro though, yeah, could he be a little sore from those explosions, the barbed wire? Yeah, he won the match, but it was still a brutal match. You still got to be sore after that. We haven't, you know, not many days have passed since that match took place. But anyway, here's Amuro fighting as always. I mean, you've got to think that Amuro surely has a opportunity coming up for that men's championship at some point. Like he can say that, you know, he beat the two-time champion Kenshiro. He sent Kenshiro packing. He got Kenshiro out of the company. But this Spike Spiegel is looking to impress, looking maybe to upset the former men's champion Amuro Ray. Longest reigning men's champion as well, I believe. Let me double check that claim. I don't want to be making false claims, but I mean, most people haven't held it for very long. 58 days being champion, Amuro Ray, as opposed to Kenshiro having 2 reigns of 7 and 12 days, Kiyomi Araragi having a reign of 21 days, and Char Aznavour still very new in his reign. We won't be talking about how many days he's held it for just yet. Dragging Amuro Ray there, and yet Spike has been showing that maybe he can stand with the former men's champion and maybe to elevate himself within the men's division here at Robowaifu Championship Wrestling. Amuro Ray though, he definitely has a mean streak. He can fight the best of them, and he did. He fought Kenshiro and he won. Oh my god, just, I can't believe that. Spike just hit his head on that turnbuckle. I mean, it's not the hardest thing in the world, but it's also not the softest thing in the world. Knees to the top of the head, that's that mean streak from Amuro Ray. He will fight you. He will beat the hell out of you. You don't expect it from him. You think, you know, Amuro Ray would be an honourable kind of fighter, but that's not what we've seen. Oh, rolling that over into that leg submission, but not quite enough. There are those elbows to the back of the head of Spike Spiegel. You can't take too many of those and expect, you know, your brain to not get rattled. Great high risk maneuver, another one for good measure, but with Spike Spiegel on his belly, you can't get the pinfall. Just, and there it is, the mocking of Kenshiro, and wow, Amuro Ray just putting Spike Spiegel away right there. I thought Spike was looking impressive, but you can't take much of that, and that combination of strikes with that pin, that's absolutely had to be calling out Kenshiro, making fun of the man he put on the shelf. Now our next match was a match that was scheduled to take place at Aim for the Top, but unfortunately didn't. It is Hatsune Miku versus Kizuna Ai 1-on-1. So here comes Hatsune Miku to the ring. If you watched Aim for the Top, you heard me talk about that this match was scheduled for that show. Unfortunately, for certain reasons, it did not take place. I've now been informed that it was kind of a scheduling problem. I believe I think Kizuna Ai was in the arena, but Hatsune Miku was stranded. One of her connecting flights was missed and unfortunately wasn't able to make it to the show. But here she is today for the for this show. So we are having the match tonight that we were supposed to have at Aim for the Top. I mean, that when you're a virtual idol like Hatsune Miku, you're busy. You're out there. You're on the road. You're performing. So sometimes that happens, and there's the consolation for the crowd, and I love to see it from these two competitors, and a lot of respect on both of those hisses. Nobody taking advantage of the other for hissing. They kind of let it go. These two definitely have a lot of respect for each other. You know, they have tagged a few times, and both are, you know, kind of, whoa. Both are, you know, virtual idols in their own ways. Two very different virtual idols, but still both virtual idols, and they're really making up for lost time with those hisses. Oh, and more. So yeah, I think, you know, they have a general appreciation for each other because they kind of, you know, follow a similar path. Great powerbomb. Really snapping Hatsune Miku right there. But right now, this is a one-on-one match. They can have all the respect in the world for each other, but surely they're gonna want to win. They're really going for the hisses, though. They're really trying to get that, you know, have the crowd happy. And I mean, the crowd will always react for a good hiss, and that lariat that Hatsune Miku throws, it's quite deadly. Kizuna Ai, record of 6-7-1. Not looking at the best in her record. And Hatsune Miku, let's find her name and tell you what her record is. 7-6-1. So actually very similar, if not... where's Kizuna Ai again? So yep, almost the same record. One more win for Hatsune Miku though. 6-7-1 for Kizuna Ai, 7-6-1 for Hatsune Miku. So similar records, but a win is a win is a win, and that's the win. Wow, a very short contest here between these two. Kizuna Ai getting the better of Miku in a very short matchup. That kind of, it looked like a bit of a flash pinfall there. Taking Miku off guard. Anyway, we're getting into our next contest. Maya Mitsurugi versus 2B for the not the close-up championship, the TV championship. You're not going to want to miss this one. So here comes the challenger, Maya Mitsurugi, after her and Sumika getting a great win against 2B and Renge at Aim for the Top. 2B said, look, Maya, you got that pin on Renge. How about you come and try to take my TV championship here at Robowaifu Championship Wrestling Weekly Waifu. And here we go. TV championship on the line. As mentioned, the Weekly Waifu TV championship is always defended on episodes of Weekly Waifu, never at big events. But 2B still performs at those events, and she was in a tag team match with her seemingly best friend, Renge Miyauchi, against Maya and Sumika, who came out of that one victorious, which is what got Maya this championship opportunity. 2B currently on a record of 6-4-0. Definitely more successes than losses, and she's been doing quite well with her TV championship. 37 days and 2 successful defenses so far after she won it from Igus on Weekly Waifu episode where did she, episode 10, the 5th anniversary of Robowaifu Championship Wrestling's Facebook page. And, oh, great powerbomb into the jackknife cover, but not quite enough to even get a 1 count at this point. Not against someone like 2B, who's been fighting very hard. I think she just Frankensteined her on her head. But 2B still seems to be okay, and into that arm submission there. 2B, very well-rounded. Power, strikes, submissions. But Maya, she's kind of shown to me that she seems to have a bit of a submission game. Jackknife cover into the jackknife powerbomb into the jackknife cover is what I wanted to say right there. I'm just so flustered seeing these two compete. This has been already a reasonably good match, and we're only 2 minutes in. Boston Crab applied. Maya not crawling for the ropes, just powering out of it. I mean, this is quite the golden opportunity for Maya Mitsurugi. Sling blade there. Great snap suplex. You know, you get that TV championship and you have a place on the card. At least until you lose it. And I mean, you hold on, you have a couple defenses, and you've shown that, you know, you have a place, you know, in the company. I'm sure when 2B loses her championship eventually, if she ever does, you know, she's not just going to be knocked off the card. Great head scissors there. Rolling leg drop there from Maya Mitsurugi. And looking reasonably quite impressive, but 2B getting control. 2 not quite going to get the win just yet. Airplane spin, around and around and around we go. Getting real dizzy. And going to drop 2B on her back. Sling blade. There's those combination of heavy strikes from 2B, the current TV champion. Last of the Dragon, but not gonna get it. That's what got her the pinfall victory at Aim for the Top. 2, almost a victory there for 2B, but not quite enough to put away Maya Mitsurugi. Ooh, great crossbody, but I think she wanted the pin, but 2B just powered out of that straight away. Dragon Screw leg whip, taking 2B to the mat. Nice kick there from 2B to create that separation, but last of the Dragon, 2, 3. Oh my god, that was so close right there. Oh, but that has got to be... No, she was in the ropes. That wasn't going to be it. Going to put her down with that one. Oh my god. Stormbreaker. This could be Maya's chance to take the TV championship. There's that brainbuster. Dragging 2B towards the middle of the ring, but 2B taking control once again with that super kick. Brainbuster. Maya is looking spent. Oh, there's that flash cover. 2, not quite enough to put away the champion, but this Last of the Dragon might. 2, no. 2B kicks out again. Super kick. And kicking her off. How can this end? What do these two need to do to put each other away? Into the red turnbuckle. Brainbuster again from Maya Mitsurugi. She's doing so much damage to the head and the neck, and there's that high angle Boston Crab. Chops to the side of the head. That's not looking too good for Maya Mitsurugi. There is that standing moonsault, and still the TV champion 2B. Not the longest match in the world, but a very high impact affair from these two. Great defense there for our TV champion, 2B. Anyway, with that, we'll be moving into our main event of the evening. It is a non-title champion versus champion match. It is Netgear versus Karen Kujo. You're not going to want to miss this one. So coming to the ring, it is our close-up champion, Netgear. Had a successful defense against Karen Araragi. And her opponent, the Robowaifu Championship Wrestling World Champion, who defended successfully against Noriko Takaya. Many things can be said about the veracity of that match, but regardless, Karen Kujo is here as the current world champion, and she is facing the current close-up champion in a first ever champion versus champion match between the holders of these two champions. Dragging Netgear towards the center of the ring. Now, as mentioned, Noriko Takaya put up a great fight against Karen Kujo at Aim for the Top, but Igus definitely was the difference maker in that one. I mentioned earlier tonight that I haven't seen Igus and Shinobu in the building tonight. That may be quite the blessing for Netgear in this one against the world champion. Both competitors at the top of their games here at Robowaifu Championship Wrestling. That is a rope break, if I've ever seen one. Up, and there's the splash. That's not a rope break, but the champion, the world champion, kicking out at 1. I can't just refer to her as a champion, because we have 2 champions right here. And Boston Grab applied. I mean, Karen Kujo would love nothing more than to tap Netgear out, but she's not going to quite get that. Nice kick there. Now, I'm wanting to look up some records, because I like my record keeping. But back and forth, Karen getting the better of that one. Karen Kujo, bum. Record of 8-7-0. Meanwhile, Netgear, on the other hand, a nice record of 9-7-0. A lot of wins, but also a lot of losses. But when you think about it, some of those losses came in the form of tag team matches, especially in the case of Karen Kujo. She has been pretty much unstoppable in singles matches, I believe only losing to Noriko in a singles match. But unfortunately not where it counted for Noriko. Haven't seen much Noriko today either. Unfortunately, that was her first loss, and maybe, looking to take some time off, maybe get prepared once again to come back better than ever. But at the same time, can you say that she really, that Karen Kujo really beat her? Igus had to come in and had to be that difference maker. Karen, though, showing that, she is a talented performer. She is the champion for a reason. She didn't win it with the help of the likes of Igus and Shinobu. But she seems to be dependent on using them to keep it. 1, 2, not quite enough to put away the current close-up champion. And there's that Northern Lights into the cross arm breaker. We saw her put away Karen Araragi with that one in her defense of the close-up championship. Not able to... I think she was going for that butterfly suplex that she does quite a bit. There's that diving splash. 2. That was almost it. Almost the win right there. There it is. Karen is looking like she's in a bit of trouble against the close-up champion right now. Great, precise strike, but no. I was about to say Karen was about to take control once again. Oh my god, that's Noriko. Noriko is in the building. And she's not happy. She's after Karen Kujo for what she did to her at Aim for the Top. Noriko probably feels like she was cheated in that one, and she wants to take it out on Karen Kujo right now. This is far from over between these two. Noriko was biding her time, and she came in and hit that Poison Rana. She hit a lot of those on Karen Kujo. And what's she going for up here? I was thinking maybe the Inazuma kick, but a bit of miscommunication there. I mean, I'm sure Netgear... Ooh, Netgear holding it for the count. I'm sure Netgear wasn't expecting Noriko to come out here to give her the assist. But Karen managing to get back into control of that interference. But, I mean, that says a lot with Noriko coming out here, using that kendo stick to deal a little bit of damage to Karen, hitting her with that poison rana. And around the world, absolutely disorients you. It makes it very difficult to kick out when you're just on another planet, but not quite. There is that sidewalk slam. Netgear with the spinning leg drop. I mean, Netgear definitely has the advantage right now. And Netgear gets the submission with that cross arm breaker. Wow. Netgear just beat the world champion in this non-title exhibition matchup. Now, I mean, you know, if I'm going to say it about the Blonde Alliance, I'll say it here with an asterisk. Noriko came out and with the assist, but just like how Karen can say a win's a win's a win, a win is a win is a win for Netgear against the world champion. With that, that is the end of this episode. I will see you next week, episode 17 of Robowaifu Championship Wrestling Weekly Waifu. As always, it's been Crimson Ash, and as always, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.